if you get taken down by a woman, you're going to throw the biggest tantrum of your life.
If I go down, this one might be the one that hangs the rackets up for good.
There's been, Aryna, some of your opponents claimed you have a biological advantage. You're bigger, taller and stronger. And she suggested this was down to your higher testosterone levels. What do you say to that? It's no secret that I have strong opinions about men competing against women in elite sport. The biologically male body is bigger, stronger and faster than the female physiology. And we've only recently been cowed into pretending otherwise because of a noisy minority of radical wokies. But long before this debate became toxic and, in my view, frankly insane, there was a far more jovial contest over the sporting supremacy of the genders. It was called the Battle of the Sexes, with female tennis superstars taking on men in big televised exhibitions. Margaret Court lost to Bobby Riggs in the first ever Battle of the Sexes back in '73. Riggs then sensationally lost to Billie Jean-King later that same year. 50 million people watched it on TV. It's argued an important milestone in the public appreciation of women's tennis. I personally very much appreciate women's tennis, but Riggs by that time was 55 years old, 26 years older than King. The great Martina Navratilova then lost to Jimmy Connors in 1992, putting the debate to bed for good until now. The world's number one in women's tennis, Aryna Sabalenka, will take on the world's number one in tennis temper tantrums. I said that deliberately to wind him up, Nick Kyrgios, on the 28th of December in Dubai, and both of them join me now. Well, Nick Kyrgios, lovely to see you again, as always. Aryna, welcome to Uncensored, your debut.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I actually heard Nick saying off camera, all I heard him say was, have you talked to Piers Morgan before? And you said no, and then I didn't get what he said. What was the warning he gave you?
No, I just said that you're going to be nice to me, but not to him, which I
Bingo!
love. So
Bingo!
You can go really full.
No, you can
Let's
absolutely go hardcore.
That's what we have to do.
Let me just lay my cards right on the table, Aryna. We don't know each other, but I have never wanted anything more in my life than for you to give Kyrgios a good spanking.
That's going to be a fun show for sure. He's stressed. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Well, the thing is, Nick Kyrgios,
right?
Aryna hasn't got anything to lose because the expectation will be that given that you're nearly the same age, she's 27, you're 30, despite the fact she's world number one and you're down in the 600s currently in the men's because you've not been playing as much, obviously, the expectation is that you should win comfortably. But if you don't, this could be the most humiliating moment of your life. How are you feeling?
It's a lose-lose situation over here.
I mean, that's the thing, Piers. You know, I've had some pretty low moments in my career. But the thing is, I know Aryna, and I know that she really has confidence in her ability, whether she's playing me or whether she's playing Coco Gauff or anyone. You know, I feel like I'm very aware that she's a dangerous tennis player. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it everything. You know, I'm going to go out there and be very wary of her weapons, what she's able to do. And look, at the end of the day, I've had tough losses, but as you said, if I go down, this one might be the one that hangs the rackets up for good.
No, there's no way back. You'd have to immediately retire.
I don't. Well, I like to hear how stressed he is, but at the same time, I don't want to be that person who's gonna help him to retire.
Oh no, you get a statue built all around the world. We'd have one in London, one in Sydney, one in Belarus.
That's rough. You know that you like me now. You don't really want to see me away from the sport. Stop
That's
saying
true.
things that aren't
I
true.
don't actually want. I don't want you to retire, but I do want to see you absolutely.
No, guys, come on. I think this exhibition been a good push for Nick to finally start working, doing something. That's what I heard from his team. So
yeah,
finally
that's true.
Nick is back practicing, training. So I think guys should be aware that Nick is coming back in Australia, right?
Yep,
Now,
yep.
Aryna, I want to talk to you.
Has to be that boost.
Well, Aryna, I want to talk to you seriously about the contest because they've made some accommodations for the gender differential. So you will have a 9% smaller court to defend, and there will only be one serve only, which the belief is it may neutralise his... What's that?
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry,
So-
sorry, because like he knows what I'm gonna say next. But
Okay,
like, go
well,
ahead,
what are you going to say?
Yeah, because originally I had 2 serves, but then he got so stressed, so he took away
Really?
my serve. So now we.
Wow.
Yes, now like it was so bad from him to do that. I think
Wow.
it's like
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So the
he's trying
request.
to be a gentleman. He has to give me 2, right?
Wow, the request came from Mr.
it's just-
Kyrgios. Really?
This show is just called Shrednik Kyrgios. It's not even about talking about the
But is
battle
that
of sex at
true?
this
Is it
point.
true
But,
that you begged for mercy
No,
on the
look,
serves? Is it?
Look, we had an initial meeting, and I was very okay with all the rules. And then I saw the rules, and I was like, don't get me wrong. Like, her serve is very good, and it would be better than some males.
Come on, for guys, it should be easy.
I'm genuinely being honest. Your first serve,
I appreciate the
power-wise,
compliment.
is better than some males. So I feel like if she had 2 serves and I only had 1 serve, I would be the underdog. I'm not even joking. Like, it would be tough out there.
Let me ask you, Aryna,
It's
because
gonna be tough
I remember.
anyways.
Well, Aryna, I remember Serena Williams, I think, being asked, how many men she could beat, and I think she said she wouldn't beat anyone in the top 800. I think she said something like that. When you look at the men's game, and you look at, say, the top 1,000 players, how many do you think you could beat? I mean, at what level would you fancy your chances against a man in say, a 3-set competition?
Well, to be honest, I think if we play like full court, full rules, yeah, it will be really tough for me to compete against guys. I mean, physically they're much stronger. Speed, power of the balls, everything is much stronger. So it's tough to compete. But in these conditions, I feel like we're having right now here, like 9% smaller court. I feel like okay, maybe at least I have bit like higher chance to compete and to see like if I can win in these conditions, and if I can, then maybe I will go for.
But if you're honest,
like a regular
Aryna,
match against the guy.
There's obviously a physical advantage for men, but if you're honest, do you think you would beat
Yes.
Would you beat any man in the top 1,000 men? Do you think, under normal conditions?
For sure.
I think some of them maybe I would be able to win. Yeah, like if there's the guy that doesn't have that powerful serve, for example, and yeah, I think I could get a couple wins, but not like I would win every of them. You know?
And Nick, what do you think? I mean, it's been a long-held debate. John McEnroe, I think, was very public about this too, and said that the disparity was simply too big, and that the best women's player ever would struggle to beat anyone. I think he said again in the top 800 to 1,000 or whatever. What do you think?
Look, I think the sport's changed. Obviously, we have advantages, but I'm around Aryna a fair bit now, and I see her tennis and I watch a lot of her matches. Obviously, we work pretty closely, and to see that her physicality and the way she hits the ball, there's no doubt in my mind that she's the #1 player in the world. There would be guys that would get extremely nervous, extremely tight, and if they, as Aryna said, if they don't have a big serve and they get into the rally, like her ball speed on her forehand is as big as some of the guys as well. So it's like I have no doubt in my mind she would beat guys in the top 1,000. That's not even a question. But I think the main thing is about this is like, I guess both of us, our goal is to try and grow the sport. I want more eyes on the sport. And I think that's the main thing. What other sport in the world where you can have, your favourite female player and some of your favourite male players on the same court competing, and it's going to be a show. Like, it's going to be amazing. This has already picked up more traction than, some of the men's matches this year or some of the women's matches. So I'm just super excited to be a part of something like that's actually quite historical. And I'm looking at it, I'm just grateful that I've been, I got thrown into the deep end. I'm looking at it as a blessing to go out there and to share the court with the world #1. Like, that's all I'm focusing on. I don't care about the name. I just want to go out there and give the people a show and have a bit of fun.
Aryna, there've been criticism from some women journalists about this. The Guardian had a woman writer who said, what we have here is a massive opportunity for women's sport to be belittled, dismissed and gloated over by incels and career misogynists to blow its own foot off with a single dog whistle publicity stunt. What do you say to people that have that view?
Well, it's actually quite funny to see how some people see that. I think what Nick just said previously, it's absolutely right. Is we just bringing our sport to the next level, and we're bringing it to the show, and the visibility that this event got in the last couple of months or so is incredible, and we're just gonna bring it to the show, and we're gonna compete, and we're gonna fight, and it's just gonna explore our sport a bit more, and I think that's our goal. And of course, I wanna bring the fight. I wanna I wanna have fun, and I wanna put this guy in an uncomfortable situation over there.
Well, we all want that to happen.
I also think
the thing is, Nick. Well, Nick, I wanted to read you a quote from Renee Stubbs, 4-time Grand Slam champion in doubles, who said, "Well, what's in it for women's tennis? Nick Kyrgios, unless he's really hurt and can't run at all, will win this match easily. It's just a fact. Male tennis players, especially one as good as him, even if he's playing at 50%, he's going to win that match." Do you agree?
Look, to be honest, I don't think I've really ever taken anything, Renee Stubbs has said about me really personally or with any really care, to be honest. I think it shows unity. Honestly, it really does show unity. I think, people don't know that me and Aryna get along extremely well. Like, we are having fun in doing this together. Like, this is something that not many tennis players have ever experienced. So we're
But what if
still
you
treading
win
carefully in the
6-0,
sense,
6?
like,
What if you win 6-0, 6-0?
But what if? Like, that's always, like, that's sport. That's why it's not played on paper. Like, that's why we're going out there. We don't know what to expect. I've never gone out there in that. I'm going to feel extremely nervous. I'm carrying a lot of weight as well. And this is something, Aryna's won Grand Slams, but she's never gone into this kind of scenario.
I love to challenge myself.
Exactly.
Like, it's like challenge for both of us. Like, Nick didn't play for a while. For him, it's it's a good start. Like,
it is a motivation.
He's stressed. Yeah, obviously for obvious reason, right? But it's good for him to feel the stress and to go out there and compete like in this stress. And for me, it's a challenge. It's like I'm challenging myself. I'm putting myself against Nick, like a big server, like the guy that can just makes you go nuts, Like, for me, it's a huge challenge, and that's the way I take it. And whatever some of the commentators saying, like, it's just their opinion, and I'm happy they have their opinion, but it doesn't mean that their opinion is right. So
I think I've been watching too much football because
we saw Steph Curry and Sabrina do a 3-point contest. Like, I think when men and women are now doing more of these things together, I think it's a sign that the sport is actually moving in a positive way rather than just excluding each other at all. Like, we still play mixed doubles together. Like, we still have mixed doubles tournaments. So why can't we do more activities like this or do more exhibitions like this? I actually see it as a positive rather than how, people are commenting on it. There's always going to be negative. There's always going to be people not supporting us.
Well, I will
doing
definitely,
it, but at the
listen,
same time,
I'm all
look at
in
the
favour of
positive
it.
press behind it as well.
I will definitely watch it, but with only one aim in mind, and that is to see Aryna reduce you to a blubbing mass and destroy you.
I'm extreme. Did you say loving man?
No, blubbing mass. Blubbing.
I
Crying.
know, Piers, I knew exactly who you were going to go for. I knew exactly who you were going to go for.
I did say 6-0 earlier. Of course, I meant 6-love. I was getting my sports mixed up with football. Let me ask you, Aryna. It has raised the whole question again of this ongoing debate about trans athletes in women's sport, because obviously it highlights the physical disparity between men and women. Martina Navratilova, a former number one, obviously like yourself, says it's wrong for the Women's Tennis Association to allow trans women to compete in its events. Do you agree with her?
Well, that's a tricky question. I have nothing to do against them, but I feel like they still got huge advantage over the woman. And I think it's just not fair to a woman to basically face like the biologically man. And then it's, it's not fair. Like, the woman been working the whole life to reach her limit, and then she has to face like a man, like which biologically much stronger. So for me, I don't agree with this kind of stuff in sport.
Yeah, Nick, what do you feel? Because I completely concur with what Aryna just said.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way, to be honest. I've got nothing to add, but I think she hit the nail on the head there.
There's been Aryna, some of your opponents, Marta Kostyuk, who is a Ukrainian tennis player, claimed you have a biological advantage. You're bigger, taller, and stronger. and she suggested this was down to your higher testosterone levels. What do you say to that?
That's so funny that we even talk about someone like Marta Castu comments, but all I hear here is just excuses.
Yes.
And it's actually quite funny because she's a strong girl. She probably has more muscles than I do, and she looks much like she looks fit and strong. And I think that's not the case in all of the matches she lost against top players.
I mean, yeah, you kind of debunked that. Like someone like John Isner or Ivo Karlovic was a fair bit bigger than Roger Federer, but like,
yeah, you're always going to get physical differences between players.
I think
obviously.
That's not the key in sport.
I did like your response though, Aryna. You responded by posting a series of bikini photos to your Instagram page.
Oh, okay.
Showing off your feminine charms, which I thought was a very, very, very good response.
You know, I just
Piers.
Just wanted to make sure that she sees the real picture.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Kyrgios, I'm definitely not looking. I'm not looking at a woman with too much testosterone there. What do you think, Nick?
Don't drag me into this, Piers.
Look how
panicky
he is. Look, he dare not say what he's actually thinking. Very sensible, young man. Very sensible.
Yep.
Aryna, let me talk about a more serious.
Matured with age.
Aryna, I want to talk about something just a little bit more serious. Obviously, Belarus, you've not been competing with the Belarus flag because of the ongoing war in Ukraine and Belarus's support for Russia. We've got events like the Olympics coming up and so on. What do you hope happens? Would you like to get back to being able to compete with your nation's flag? Christmas is peak time for online shopping sprees, but that also means it's peak time for hackers and data brokers who steal your information online. The solution is very simple. Use ExpressVPN to shut them down. Top-tier encryption keeps your activity hidden, even on dodgy public Wi-Fi, which is perfect for holiday travel. You can set your location to 105 different countries, which lets you access content from all over the world. Users save hundreds on streaming and even plane tickets with ExpressVPN, all for $3.49 a month. It's a no-brainer. I use it, and you should too. Right now, you can get an extra 4 months of ExpressVPN if you go to expressvpn.com/peers. That's ExpressVPN's lowest price ever, plus 4 extra months of service. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to expressvpn.com/peers. Today's show is sponsored by OneSkin, which can help all of us look even younger. OneSkin is redefining skincare with cult favorites like OS1 Body, Face and Eye, built around their patented OS1 peptide, which is clinically proven to target senescent cells, a key driver of skin aging. Backed by 5 clinical studies, OneSkin products improve skin texture, firmness, and elasticity over time. They have more than 10,000 5-star reviews, born from over 10 years of longevity research. OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the cells that cause the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthier skin and hair now and as you age. For a limited time, try OneSkin with 15% off using code PEERS, that's P-I-E-R-S, at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code PEERS. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them, so please support our show and tell them that we sent you.
Well, listen, I've always been really proud to represent such a small country, and I take it as, I'm an inspiration for the young kids there. And, for example, changing my nationality, it's not the case for me because I don't want to betray all that kids. So I would like to represent Belarus just for the kids from that country to see me competing on a high level and get inspired by me. And hopefully, by my example, I'll show them that if I was able to make it from that country, from that little country in the world, make it all the way to the top, I want them to think that they also can do that.
Nick, I was playing golf up in Scotland with your old mate Andy Murray, and you've had a little spat with Andy Murray because he wouldn't come on your podcast. Full disclosure, I did when you asked me. I came on, I helped you out, got your numbers up. But Andy Murray didn't, and you recently said, I wanted him on the podcast, he acted too important. There's your truth. It's like, bro, find some time. Is this a serious rift between you?
No, look, me and Andy would still be probably mates. I'm just saying, like, you know, I reached out to Andy, you know, multiple times for my show. You know, I've had amazing guests. You know, I've had amazing guests make time like yourself, Aryna, Novak, Mike Tyson. I've had some incredible guests, and I understand we're all busy. And I reached out multiple times, and he actually got back to me and said, we'll find some time. His team was finding time, and it just never happened. So, you know, people were just asking me as to why I hadn't had Andy on my show, as we had been great friends. And the thing is, if Andy ever needed anything from me, or if he wanted me to, you know, come to and help out with a foundation or kids clinic or anything, I'd be the first there. So I don't think we had a spat or anything. I mean, you of all people know how the media loves to spin things. There's a little dig at you there.
We never have to spin it with you. We never have to spin things with you because you just come out and say it.
You hated me and you didn't like me, and now you secretly love me. Like, it's fine. You don't have to admit it.
It's not even secret.
I love you too.
I publicly love you too.
I love you too. It's fine.
I publicly love you.
I love you too.
There's a lot of love in the room. I tell you who else I loved. I recently interviewed Novak Djokovic, who I'd had a run-in with, and we had a great interview. But Aryna, I wanted to play you a clip about what he said about the men's number one, Jannik Sinner. Is it a case of the top players get treated at a different level?
That cloud will follow him as the cloud of COVID will follow me for the rest of his or my career in this. So I really don't like how the case was being handled, and you could hear so many other players, both male and female, who had some similar situations coming out in the media and complaining that it was a preferable
I think that was
treatment.
Inarguable, yeah.
Yeah. And so when you see someone for something very similar or same being banned for years, and then he's banned for provisional, 3 months or whatever it was, it's not right.
Did you agree with that, Aryna? Do you think it was one rule for him because he was number one and one rule for everybody else?
Well, we're not sure what actually going on there. I believe in clean sport, and I also believe that everyone have to be treated the same. But at the same time, I don't believe that there was something in there, to be honest. I'm really trying to be careful with everything and overprotecting myself after a couple of cases, because, you know, you can eat something in the restaurant and then you test positive. And maybe that was, for example, like, I know just a little bit about Jannik case, but just as an example, you can test positive, then you're gonna go there and prove that it was just whatever food in the restaurant, for example, if let's talk about the food, and then that's it. That's gonna follow you till the end of your career.
Well, I think Novak's point,
you're kind of like innocent.
Yeah, I mean, Novak's point, I think, was not that he felt he'd done something.
Like everyone to be treated the same,
yeah,
right?
That was the point, is that he felt that if it was any other player...
Yeah, I agree that everyone have to be... I agree that everyone have to be treated the same. There was similar case with Iga when they just counted her weeks off somehow like randomly. They're like, okay, we count was it like in the China swing, and then you can play the finals, and then we take away a couple weeks from the next season. So I think, yeah, we should come to the same treatment to every player.
So you think he was given special treatment? Today's show is sponsored by Oxford Natural, makers of the Optimum Day and Optimum Night all-natural supplements. Thousands of Brits and Americans are already taking them with incredible results. Optimum Day boosts your energy and supports weight loss throughout the day. Optimum Night helps you relax and get deep, refreshing sleep. They have countless success stories, including from some very familiar faces. England legend Michael Owen, who lost 40 pounds, AFTV's Robbie, who lost more than 100 pounds. To watch their full stories and many more, scan the QR code on your screen or visit oxfordnatural.com/Piers. And here's the best part. Use the code Piers and get 70% off your first order. Yes, 70% off with the code Piers.
I don't really think so, but I feel like we need to dig a bit deeper in the case to make these comments. I just believe that.
Well, let me make it simpler. Do you think if he'd been number 600 in the world, do you think he'd have got a 3-month ban?
Well, if who knows, right? So.
What's that?
No, I mean, it's just if, you know, like we don't know.
Look,
What do you think, Nick?
Look, you obviously know my stance on it, and I don't think like talking about it now is, you know, I think that the key thing what Novak says was he said that, you know, whether it was there or whether it wasn't there, whether he was, you know, whether it meant to be there or not, he's still responsible. And I think just the way the case was handled as a whole was very like it wasn't a good look for the sport. I mean he was our #1 tennis player in the world. I think the media around our sport at that time wasn't good. It was the only thing people were talking about, and I was responsible for that. And we shouldn't have that back and forth with individual players online. Like, why are we being, you know, the people that are competing against him, why are we being held that information? We should be able to know exactly what's going on. Why is the trial behind closed doors? We should be able to see what's going on. But at the same time, look, the way he bounced back from it too is amazing. Like, as much as me and Jannik Sinner have differences, I think the way he took the ban, he took it away from the sport, then he came back and pretty much nearly won Rome, or I don't know, I think he lost the Alcaraz in the final. Like, he did, you know, he took his time off and he came back and he came better. And there's no doubt that he's going to be one of the greatest players of all time. Like,
that raises an interesting
he's
debate.
He's going to carry our sport.
Yeah, I mean, the other debate I had with Novak is, you know, I think he is now, I would say, pretty much inarguably the greatest male tennis player ever. Would you agree with that, Nick? Or
who's this?
Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, Novak's the GOAT. I thought you were about to say that Jannik Sinner was the GOAT. I was going to have to leave this interview.
No, you think Novak's the greatest ever, as things stand?
Yeah, I think Novak's the greatest ever.
That's for sure.
100%.
Numbers shows that.
And who do you think?
Although,
Aryna, who do you think is the greatest female player ever?
We're talking numbers, for sure, Serena.
What other criteria?
But my favorite is Steffi Graf.
Oh, really?
Navratilova, yeah, of course.
Do you think
Chris
peak
Evert.
would peak Sabalenka beat all of them?
Oh no chance. Like, I don't have that much time to reach all of the achievement that they've done.
I think you do.
Really?
You do.
I'm not bad, but I'm not the GOAT.
Look, I think the sport changes. Athletes get better. You know, I'm a big believer. Like, we got better technology. We have, you know, things like better recovery. I think she does. I mean, and I think Alcaraz and Sinner arguably now are playing the same level as, you know, some of the tennis that Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic are playing. You know, they have the ability to get to those numbers. So
we saw Aryna that Serena Williams has filed the paperwork for a potential return to tennis. Do you think that she's planning a comeback?
From what I know, not at all. But if she applied, so it means that she's planning to play something. That's for sure. Maybe, I don't know, for Olympics it's too early, but maybe US Open next year or something. Why not? It's going to be fun to watch.
Maybe she's come to knock you off your perch.
I don't know if that's going to happen, Piers.
We'll see.
Would you beat her, do you think, Aryna, if you played her?
I mean, I cannot predict that, but I would definitely go out there and I would give my very best. And I know that at my very best, I can beat anyone. So
just not me.
Please beat him. Please beat him.
I will.
Whatever it takes. All right. I mean, you're already richer than him.
I will start
You're already
my
richer than
preparation
him,
the
I
day
think.
before. I'm gonna send some people, make sure that he's like out partying and not really ready.
I mean, Nick, she is comfortably.
He's so stressed. Look at this.
I mean, she's comfortably richer than you, isn't she, Nick?
Yes.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
She's amazing. Yeah, I mean, she's richer. She'd be richer than most. But at the same time, you know, look. That's not something that I've been, as you know, I've been through some dark times in my tennis career. So everything now is an absolute bonus for me, regardless of the money. And, you know, I've seen what her superpowers are on the court. But, you know, as I didn't want to bring it up, but, you know, there's a kid here who has, you know, stage 4 cancer that's hanging around with me all day. And I see how his eyes lit up when he saw me and then when he saw Sabalenka. And I think, you know, that's the best thing that we have. We're heroes to these kids and we can make such an impact. So I don't think I'm ever going to catch her on the prize money stand front. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But
Well, not given that Aryna, apparently you earned $30 million in 2025. Is that right?
I don't know. I need to check my bank account right now. That's a pretty good number.
So what, if you just slide me a little couple mil, I'll let you win in Dubai.
Wow, man.
All right,
Come
final
on, you have to drop
question.
the number.
Final question. As we head towards the new battle of the sexes, give me a score prediction, please. Nick Kyrgios, you go first.
I'm going to say a tight 2-set battle.
And what are the scores?
A tight 2-set battle.
And what are the scores?
Maybe, I think the first set, I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be, you know, maybe a little 7-5, 7-6.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second set, I think that the tension will just relieve off my shoulders, and then the crowd will start, you know, coming to my side, and then it'll be easy coasting in the second set.
The whole stadium going to be cheering for me.
Well,
That's
they are,
for
yeah.
sure.
So just to be clear, 7-5 and what? 6-love or?
No, 7-5, 6-3.
Okay, Aryna, your prediction.
Well, I'll be nice to him, so I'll win the first set 7-6, and then he's gonna get tighter.
Tighter?
Yeah, of course, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him 6-3.
I need to win the first set, that's for sure.
7-6, 6-3. Well, I can tell you.
You know, he's just gonna start thinking that he's about to lose to a woman, and then there's guys from
Yeah.
ATP putting
No,
so
he's
much
going to
pressure on
crack.
him.
Aryna, let me
So,
tell you, he's going to crack
gonna
under
be
the
crying.
pressure. You need to keep saying to him, keep whispering in his ear when you do the little sit down. Just keep whispering. Everybody wants you to lose. Look at this crowd. Everybody in the world wants you to lose.
And then he's going to throw a tantrum. That old story's getting old, Piers. The old
You
tantrum
know you
story's getting
will.
old.
If you get taken down by a woman, you're going to throw the biggest tantrum of your life. You know it, and I know
Hey,
it.
but it's the best tantrum in the world. It's the best tantrum in the world, and I made
I
a living
love
off
to
it.
be in this win-win
We
situation.
have the
over
best
here. I
female
love it.
tennis player
I
in the world
absolutely
against the
love it.
best male tantrum thrower. It's a perfect mix. Guys, thank you both very much. I've loved the interview. I will be watching enthralled when you do battle. But Aryna, don't even think about losing, all right?
There is no way.
Thanks for your good luck, Piers. I really appreciate it, mate.
Take care, guys. All the best.
See ya.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent. The only boss around here is me. If you enjoy our show, we ask for only one simple thing. Hit subscribe on YouTube and follow Piers Morgan Uncensored on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And in return, we will continue our mission to inform, irritate and entertain. And we'll do it all for free. Independent, uncensored media has never been more critical, and we couldn't do it without you.